Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand on the threshold of possibility. Every day we have the opportunity to reset our lives, to release the patterns that no longer serve us, and to step into a new reality. But how can we do this? How can we truly reset our lives and create lasting transformation? Our brain is an extraordinary organ capable of adapting and changing throughout our lives. This is known as neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to rewire itself. Our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions are not fixed traits. They are dynamic processes that can be reshaped based on our intentions, experiences, and actions. The truth is that every thought you have, every emotion you feel, and every action you take reinforces certain neural pathways. These pathways form habits, routines, and patterns of thinking that shape how you experience life. To truly reset your life, you need to understand how your brain works and how you can consciously change the neural patterns that have kept you stuck in unproductive cycles. Each thought you think triggers an electrical signal in the brain, and over time, these signals form networks that are repeated and reinforced. If you constantly think the same thoughts, you strengthen these pathways, creating well-worn grooves in your brain. For example, if you repeatedly think I'm not good enough or I can never change, your brain strengthens these neural pathways, making it easier for you to think this way in the future. This is why old beliefs and negative thought patterns can feel so persistent. They are ingrained deeply in your brain. The beauty of neuroplasticity is that you don't have to remain stuck in these patterns. You have the power to create new neural pathways, ones that support the life you want to live. When you change your thinking, you are literally rewiring your brain. This doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you can create new grooves in the brain that support positive behaviors, emotions, and mindsets. Just as you can reinforce negative patterns, you can also reinforce new empowering patterns. This is why becoming aware of your thoughts is such a powerful first step. It all starts with awareness. Once you recognize the recurring thoughts that hold you back, you can begin to interrupt them and replace them with thoughts that are aligned with your goals and values. For example, instead of thinking, I can't do this, you can begin to think, I am capable of learning and growing. These new thoughts start to form new neural connections that support your growth and transformation. The more you practice these new thoughts, the stronger these neural pathways become, and over time they will begin to replace the old limiting beliefs. But it's not just about thoughts. Emotions play a significant role in shaping the brain as well. Emotions and thoughts are intricately connected, and together they form the foundation for your behaviors. When you feel an emotion, such as fear or excitement, your brain responds by releasing specific chemicals that influence your mood and energy. When you experience a positive emotion like joy or gratitude, your brain releases feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals reinforce the neural pathways associated with that emotion, creating a cycle of positivity. Conversely, when you feel negative emotions such as anxiety or anger, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol, which reinforce neural patterns related to stress and negativity. The key to resetting your life is to begin to take control over the emotional state you cultivate. You can rewire your brain by choosing to feel positive emotions more often. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending to be happy all the time. Rather, it's about consciously cultivating positive emotions like gratitude, compassion, and joy, even in difficult moments. When you make this a practice, you are actively creating new neural connections that support a more positive, empowered mindset. The brain's ability to adapt is not limited to just thoughts and emotions. It extends to behavior as well. Our behaviors are often driven by unconscious thought patterns and emotions which become habitual over time. For example, if you have a habit of procrastinating, it may be rooted in a deeper belief such as the fear of failure or perfectionism. By identifying the thought patterns that trigger these behaviors, you can begin to change your responses. Instead of procrastinating, you might practice taking small actions, which will eventually become habitual. As you reinforce new behaviors, your brain begins to form new pathways that support these more productive actions. The process of resetting your life through neuroplasticity requires intentional effort. It's not about making a single change, it's about consistently choosing new thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that support your vision for the future. Over time, you will notice that these new neural pathways become stronger and more automatic, while the old limiting ones begin to fade. You will begin to experience life in a new way, one that aligns with your true potential and desires. To accelerate this process, visualization is a powerful tool. When you vividly imagine yourself in a new situation, whether it's succeeding at a goal, feeling confident in your abilities, or living your ideal life, you are engaging your brain in the same way as if you were actually experiencing that event. This creates new neural pathways that mirror the experience you're visualizing, helping you feel more capable and motivated to take the actions necessary to make it a reality. The brain is not a fixed structure, but a dynamic, adaptable organ that can be reprogrammed. By changing the way you think, feel, and act, you can reset your life. With conscious effort, awareness, and the practice of new, positive habits, you can create new neural pathways that support the life you truly want to live. Our mindset is the lens through which we perceive the world. It shapes how we approach challenges, interpret experiences, and ultimately how we view ourselves and our potential. The thoughts we hold about ourselves, others, and the world around us become our reality. If we believe we are capable, resourceful, and worthy, we begin to see opportunities and experiences that align with those beliefs. If, on the other hand, we hold limiting beliefs about ourselves or the world, such as "I'm not good enough" or "success is only for others," our actions and experiences will reflect that perception. The idea that mindset shapes reality is not just an abstract concept, it is rooted in science. Research has shown that the brain is highly influenced by our beliefs and perceptions. These mental frameworks, which we develop over time, shape how we process information and respond to situations. A positive, growth-oriented mindset can open the door to endless possibilities, while a fixed or negative mindset can create barriers that prevent us from achieving our full potential. At the heart of a growth mindset is the belief that we can evolve, adapt, and develop our abilities through effort and learning. When we adopt this mindset, challenges are no longer viewed as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. We begin to see failures not as reflections of our inadequacy, but as stepping stones on the path to mastery. This shift in perspective is fundamental because it allows us to embrace risks, face adversity, and learn from our mistakes without fear of being defined by them. People with a growth mindset tend to be more resilient and persistent, as they are motivated by the understanding that progress comes with time and effort rather than immediate perfection. Many of us operate with a fixed mindset, which is the belief that our qualities and intelligence are innate and unchangeable. This mindset can create a fear of failure and a reluctance to step outside of our comfort zones. If we believe that our abilities are fixed, then we may shy away from challenges, fearing that failure will expose our limitations. This often results in stagnation as we avoid taking the necessary risks that lead to growth and progress. In a fixed mindset, failure is seen as a sign of personal inadequacy, and success is viewed as something reserved for those with inherent talent or ability. The good news is that mindset is not fixed, it can be changed. With intention and practice, we can cultivate a mindset that aligns with our goals and aspirations. One of the most powerful tools for shifting mindset is awareness. By becoming aware of the beliefs and thoughts that limit us, we can begin to challenge and replace them with more empowering alternatives. For example, when we catch ourselves thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," we can counter that thought with, "I may not know how yet, but I can learn." These shifts in thinking, while small, can gradually alter our perception of ourselves and our potential. Another powerful tool for changing mindset is reframing. Reframing involves changing the way we interpret situations. For instance, if we encounter a setback, instead of seeing it as a failure, we can reframe it as a valuable lesson. By asking ourselves, "What can I learn from this?" we open up the possibility for growth, rather than reinforcing the belief that we are incapable or unlucky. Reframing helps to rewire the brain by encouraging us to see challenges as part of the journey, rather than as obstacles that block our success. In addition to reframing, surrounding ourselves with a supportive environment is crucial for shifting mindset. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, and the messages we expose ourselves to can have a profound impact on our mindset. When we surround ourselves with individuals who believe in growth, who encourage our potential, and who inspire us to think differently, we are more likely to adopt a similar perspective. Positive influences can reinforce our own belief in our capacity for change, making it easier to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. One key aspect of cultivating a growth mindset is embracing the concept of yet. When we say, "I can't do this," we are operating from a fixed mindset. But when we say, "I can't do this yet," we acknowledge that progress takes time and effort. The addition of yet allows room for growth, possibility, and the understanding that our abilities are constantly evolving. This small shift in language can have a profound impact on how we approach challenges and setbacks. It invites us to adopt a mindset of curiosity and experimentation rather than one of resignation. The way we talk to ourselves plays a crucial role in shaping our mindset. Our inner dialogue can either be a powerful tool for growth or a destructive force that reinforces limiting beliefs. Negative self-talk, such as "I'll never be successful" or "I'm not good enough," feeds into a fixed mindset, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Conversely, positive self-talk, which acknowledges our strengths, progress, and potential, fosters a growth mindset. By consciously choosing to speak to ourselves with kindness, encouragement, and belief in our capabilities, we can create a mindset that propels us forward rather than holding us back. The power of mindset cannot be overstated. It is the lens through which we experience the world, and it plays a critical role in shaping the reality we create for ourselves. By cultivating a growth mindset, we open the door to endless possibilities, allowing ourselves to embrace challenges, learn from failure, and grow into the best version of ourselves. Through awareness, reframing, and positive self-talk, we can reset our mindset and transform our lives. It is time to believe that change is not only possible, but within our reach. Energy is the fundamental building block of everything around us, including ourselves. Everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, vibrates at a certain frequency. The same is true for human beings. Our bodies, our thoughts, and our emotions all emit energy. This energy is not just a metaphysical concept, it has real implications for the way we experience the world and shape our reality. When we align our energy with our intentions, we create a powerful force for transformation in our lives. At the core of this concept is the idea that we are not passive recipients of the energy around us. We are active participants in the energy exchange that shapes our reality. The thoughts we think and the emotions we feel directly influence the frequency of our energy. Positive thoughts and uplifting emotions vibrate at a higher frequency, while negative thoughts and emotions lower our energy vibration. This in turn influences how we interact with the world and the experiences we attract. To understand how energy works in our lives, it's essential to recognize that we are constantly radiating a signal to the world based on our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Just like tuning a radio to a specific station, we are tuning our energy to a particular frequency. If we want to attract positive experiences, success, and abundance, we must raise our energetic frequency to match those outcomes. This means we need to focus on cultivating thoughts and emotions that resonate at a higher vibrational level. One of the most powerful ways to reset our energy is through mindfulness and awareness. When we become conscious of the thoughts and emotions we are experiencing in any given moment, we begin to recognize the energetic frequency we are emitting. For example, if we are feeling anxious or fearful, we are sending out low-frequency energy that can attract more situations that reinforce those feelings. On the other hand, when we focus on gratitude, joy, and optimism, we raise our energetic frequency and align ourselves with positive outcomes. A simple practice that can help shift our energy is the practice of gratitude. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, we shift our focus from lack to abundance, from negativity to positivity. Gratitude is a powerful tool because it shifts our emotional state almost instantly. When we consciously choose to appreciate the small things in life, whether it's the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, or the simple act of breathing, we begin to elevate our energy. This shift in energy then opens the door for more positive experiences to flow into our lives. Another important aspect of energy is the role of the body. Our physical body is an extension of our energy, and it is essential that we maintain our physical well-being to ensure that our energy is flowing freely. When we neglect our bodies through poor nutrition, lack of exercise, or stress, we block the natural flow of energy. On the other hand, when we nourish our bodies with healthy food, regular movement, and adequate rest, we create a conducive environment for our energy to thrive. Practices such as yoga, tai chi, and even simple breathing exercises can help to clear blockages in the body and promote the free flow of energy. In addition to caring for our bodies, it is also important to be mindful of the energy we allow into our lives from external sources. The people we surround ourselves with, the media we consume, and the environments we spend time in all impact our energetic frequency. If we are constantly surrounded by negativity or toxic environments, it can be challenging to maintain a high vibrational state. This is why it is so important to be intentional about where we focus our attention. Surrounding ourselves with people who uplift us, choosing media that inspires us, and spending time in environments that nourish our well-being all contribute to the cultivation of positive energy. One of the most profound ways to reset our energy is by setting clear intentions. Intentions are like the blueprint for the life we wish to create. When we set an intention, we are directing our energy toward a specific goal or outcome. The act of setting an intention sends a powerful signal to the universe, letting it know what we are ready to receive. However, intentions are not just about words, they must be accompanied by the emotional energy that aligns with them. For example, if we set an intention for financial abundance but feel fear or scarcity around money, our energy will be in conflict and we may struggle to manifest our desires. The key is to align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the intention we are setting, ensuring that we are vibrating at the frequency of what we want to create. Visualization is another powerful tool that works in conjunction with setting intentions. By visualizing the outcome we desire in vivid detail, we are reinforcing our intention and amplifying the energy that surrounds it. The more we engage with the mental image of our goal, the more we bring it into our energetic field. Our subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. So by vividly visualizing our desired outcome, we send a powerful signal to the universe and our body that we are ready to receive it. It's also essential to recognize that energy is cyclical. The more positive energy we put out into the world, the more we attract back. This principle is often referred to as the law of attraction. When we radiate love, kindness, and compassion, we attract experiences and people that mirror that energy. Similarly, when we focus on abundance and positivity, we draw more of those things into our lives. So the energy we give is the energy we receive. Energy is a powerful force that influences every aspect of our lives. By becoming aware of the energy we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can consciously raise our vibration and align ourselves with the life we want to create. Through practices like mindfulness, gratitude, self-care, and intention setting, we can reset our energy and open the door to more positive experiences, abundance, and fulfillment. By aligning our energy with our desires, we can harness the power of the universe to manifest the life we envision. Emotions are an integral part of the human experience. They shape the way we think, behave, and ultimately experience life. However, our emotional responses are not always conscious or intentional. Often we find ourselves trapped in cycles of emotional reactivity, patterns of unresolved emotions that are carried over from past experiences. These unresolved emotions not only affect our behavior, but also influence our physical health and overall well-being. To reset our lives, it is essential to acknowledge the importance of emotional healing and learn how to regulate and transform these emotions. At the root of emotional healing is the idea that emotions are not inherently negative or positive. Emotions are simply signals, messengers that indicate something is happening within us. They arise in response to our thoughts, experiences, and interactions with others. For example, fear may arise when we feel threatened, sadness when we experience loss, or anger when we feel unjustly treated. These emotions, while natural, can become problematic when we suppress or avoid them. When we fail to acknowledge and process our emotions, they can become stuck in the body and mind, creating long-lasting emotional and physical imbalances. Unresolved emotions from past experiences, particularly those from childhood or traumatic events, can remain lodged within us. These emotions form emotional imprints which can influence our behavior and perceptions long after the initial event has passed. For instance, someone who experienced neglect as a child may carry a deep sense of unworthiness or fear of abandonment into their adult relationships. These unresolved emotions, if not addressed, create patterns that unconsciously drive our decisions, often limiting our potential and creating dissonance between our true desires and the way we live our lives. To begin the process of emotional healing, the first step is to become aware of these emotional patterns. This requires developing emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. Becoming emotionally aware means acknowledging our feelings as they arise without judgment or suppression. When we are able to name our emotions, whether it's fear, anger, sadness, or joy, we begin to bring them into conscious awareness where we can process them. This emotional awareness is crucial because it allows us to break free from unconscious patterns and take charge of our emotional responses. Once we become aware of our emotions, the next step is to learn how to regulate them. Emotional regulation is the process of managing and transforming our emotional responses so that they no longer dictate our behavior. This is not about suppressing emotions, but rather about learning to respond to them in healthy, constructive ways. For example, when we feel anger rising within us, we can choose to pause, take a few deep breaths, and reflect on the underlying cause of the anger. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose a more thoughtful and measured response. By practicing emotional regulation, we can begin to break free from the habitual patterns of emotional reactivity that often lead to conflict, stress, or unhealthy coping mechanisms. Another important aspect of emotional healing is allowing ourselves to feel our emotions fully without resistance. Often we avoid or suppress our emotions because they feel uncomfortable. However, it is important to understand that the only way to release emotional baggage is to fully experience it. This may involve expressing grief, confronting past pain, or allowing ourselves to feel anger without guilt or shame. By allowing ourselves to feel emotions in their purest form, we give ourselves the opportunity to process and release them. This is not an easy task, and it may require vulnerability and courage, but it is a critical step in the healing process. Emotional healing also involves forgiveness, both of ourselves and others. Many of us carry grudges, resentments, or feelings of guilt that weigh us down and prevent us from moving forward. These unresolved emotions create blockages in our energy system, which can manifest in physical symptoms such as tension, pain, or illness. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for emotional healing because it allows us to release the negative emotions that bind us to the past. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about freeing ourselves from the grip of resentment and anger. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the emotional hold of past events and create space for healing and growth. Self-compassion plays a crucial role in emotional healing. Many of us are our harshest critics, holding ourselves to unrealistic standards and punishing ourselves for past mistakes. This self-criticism can deepen emotional wounds and prevent us from moving forward. Practicing self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness, care, and understanding that we would offer a close friend. Instead of berating ourselves for perceived failures, we can acknowledge our imperfections with love and acceptance. By practicing self-compassion, we create an emotional environment where healing can occur, allowing us to move past the emotional blocks that have held us back. Emotional healing requires patience and time. Just as physical wounds take time to heal, so do emotional wounds. The process of healing is not linear. It often involves setbacks, moments of discomfort, and periods of deep introspection. It is important to approach emotional healing with compassion and without judgment. The journey of emotional healing is deeply personal and unique to each individual. There is no set timeline, and there are no shortcuts. The key is to remain committed to the process, knowing that with each step forward, we are releasing the emotional baggage that no longer serves us. Emotional healing is a vital aspect of resetting our lives. By becoming aware of our emotional patterns, learning to regulate our emotions, and fully experiencing our feelings, we begin to free ourselves from the past and create space for transformation. Emotional healing also involves forgiveness, self-compassion, and a commitment to the process. Through these practices, we can let go of the emotional baggage that holds us back and step into a future that is grounded in emotional well-being and personal growth. When we heal our emotions, we reset not only our hearts, but also our entire lives. Our actions, whether conscious or unconscious, are often a direct reflection of the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world around us. These beliefs are shaped by our past experiences, societal influences, and the mental programming we receive throughout our lives. Over time, these beliefs create mental patterns that govern how we think, feel, and act. To reset our lives, it is essential to understand the power of reprogramming our thoughts and behaviors. This process allows us to break free from old, limiting patterns and create new, empowering ones that align with our true potential. The first step in reprogramming our thoughts and behaviors is identifying the beliefs that are holding us back. These beliefs often operate on an unconscious level, making it difficult for us to recognize them. For example, if we were raised in an environment where success was defined by external validation, we might carry the belief that we are only valuable when others approve of us. This belief can lead to a pattern of people-pleasing behavior where we prioritize others' needs over our own, suppressing our authentic desires and needs. Over time, this belief can create feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment. The key to breaking free from such patterns is to bring awareness to these underlying beliefs, allowing us to challenge and replace them with beliefs that serve our highest good. Once we identify limiting beliefs, the next step is to challenge them. This is where the power of questioning comes into play. Instead of accepting these beliefs as truths, we can begin to ask ourselves, is this belief really true? Where did this belief come from? Is it still relevant to who I am today? By questioning our beliefs, we begin to create space for new perspectives. For instance, the belief that success is only valuable when others approve can be replaced with the understanding that true success comes from within when we align our actions with our values regardless of external opinions. Challenging our beliefs in this way helps to dissolve their power over us, allowing us to release the mental patterns that have kept us stuck. Once we begin to question our limiting beliefs, the next step is to replace them with empowering beliefs. This process is not about simply replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations, but rather about consciously cultivating beliefs that are in alignment with our authentic selves and our desired outcomes. Empowering beliefs are rooted in self-love, self-worth, and the understanding that we are capable of creating the life we desire. These beliefs act as a foundation for new thought patterns, emotions, and behaviors that support our growth. For example, replacing the belief of inadequacy with the belief that I am worthy of love and success shifts our internal dialogue and empowers us to take actions that align with this new belief system. Over time, these new beliefs begin to take root in our subconscious mind, replacing the old limiting ones. Reprogramming our behaviors is a critical aspect of resetting our lives. Behaviors are the outward manifestation of our thoughts and beliefs. If we hold the belief that we are not worthy of success, for example, we may engage in self-sabotaging behaviors such as procrastination, perfectionism, or avoiding opportunities that could lead to growth. To change our behaviors, we must first recognize the patterns that are not serving us. This requires an honest examination of how we show up in the world, how we respond to challenges, how we interact with others, and how we treat ourselves. Once we become aware of the behaviors that are rooted in limiting beliefs, we can begin to consciously choose new, more empowering behaviors. Creating new habits is a powerful way to reprogram our behaviors. Habits are formed through repetition, so the key to changing our actions is to consistently practice new behaviors until they become automatic. For example, if we want to replace a habit of procrastination with a habit of consistent action, we can start by setting small, achievable goals and gradually building momentum. Each time we take action, even in small ways, we reinforce the new belief that we are capable and worthy of success. Over time, these new habits will become ingrained in our daily routines, and our behaviors will reflect the empowering beliefs we have cultivated. Another important aspect of reprogramming is emotional resilience. Often our behaviors are influenced by our emotional states. If we feel fear or anxiety, for example, we may avoid taking the necessary steps toward our goals. To reprogram our behaviors, we must also learn how to manage and regulate our emotions. This requires developing emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and control our emotions in a healthy and productive way. Emotional regulation allows us to respond to challenging situations with a calm and clear mind rather than reacting impulsively or letting our emotions dictate our actions. One of the most effective tools for reprogramming our thoughts and behaviors is visualization. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing the actions we want to take and the person we want to become. By vividly imagining ourselves successfully navigating challenges and embodying new behaviors, we create new neural pathways in the brain that reinforce the desired behaviors. Visualization helps to align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with our goals, making it easier to step into the new identity we are creating. When we visualize ourselves as confident, capable individuals, we begin to embody that energy in our daily lives, which accelerates the process of transformation. It is important to remember that reprogramming is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing practice. Our beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors are constantly being shaped by our experiences, so it is essential to stay committed to the process of self-reflection and growth. Over time, we will encounter challenges and setbacks, but these should be viewed as opportunities to refine and strengthen our new patterns. The more we practice reprogramming our thoughts and behaviors, the more natural and effortless it becomes. Reprogramming our thoughts and behaviors is a vital part of resetting our lives. By identifying limiting beliefs, challenging them, and replacing them with empowering ones, we begin to shift our internal landscape. This shift leads to new behaviors, habits, and emotional responses that align with our true potential. Through consistent practice, patience, and self-compassion, we can reset our lives and create a new reality that reflects the best version of ourselves. The power to change lies within us, and by reprogramming our minds, we unlock the door to unlimited possibilities. To reset your life, it is essential to understand that change is not only about altering external circumstances, but also about transforming the inner workings of your mind. The mind is incredibly powerful. What we think, how we feel, and the beliefs we hold shape the reality we experience. In order to create meaningful and lasting change, we must align our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with our desires. This alignment begins with a shift in mindset, a willingness to let go of old patterns and embrace new possibilities. A positive, growth-oriented mindset is the foundation for any transformation. The first step in cultivating this mindset is understanding the concepts, the brain's ability to change and reorganize itself in response to new experiences, learning, and thoughts. This means that our brains are not fixed, they are malleable, and we have the power to reshape them. When we engage in new behaviors, challenge old beliefs, or adopt new perspectives, we create new neural pathways. Over time, these pathways strengthen and new behaviors and ways of thinking become ingrained in our minds. This capacity for change gives us hope because it means that no matter where we are in life or what past experiences we carry, we can rewire our brains and create a new reality. A crucial part of this rewiring process is breaking free from the automatic habitual thoughts that limit our potential. For many of us, the mind operates on autopilot, running the same negative thought patterns over and over again. These patterns are often formed in early childhood or during traumatic events and can influence how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. For example, if we were told repeatedly that we are not good enough, this belief becomes ingrained in our subconscious mind and drives behaviors rooted in self-doubt, fear, or low self-esteem. To reset our lives, we must become aware of these patterns and consciously choose to reframe them. This involves challenging negative thoughts as they arise and replacing them with thoughts that reflect our true potential. Changing our thoughts is a deliberate practice. It doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes easier. One effective way to retrain the mind is through mindfulness and awareness. By practicing mindfulness, we create space between ourselves and our thoughts, allowing us to observe them without judgment. This awareness helps us recognize when negative thought patterns arise, giving us the opportunity to pause and choose a different thought. Instead of automatically believing that we are not good enough, we can consciously replace that thought with something empowering, such as, I am worthy of success and I have the ability to achieve my goals. The more we practice this shift in thinking, the more natural it becomes, and eventually our mindset starts to reflect these new beliefs. Another powerful tool for resetting the mind is affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce the beliefs and mindset we want to cultivate. When we repeat affirmations regularly, they begin to overwrite the old, limiting beliefs that have been running in the background of our minds. For example, if we want to cultivate a mindset of abundance, we might repeat an affirmation such as, I am abundant in all areas of my life. These statements, when said with conviction and belief, can gradually shift our mindset by reprogramming our subconscious mind. However, affirmations are most effective when they are aligned with a strong emotional connection. The emotional energy behind the words amplifies their impact, creating a powerful force for change. Visualization is another technique that can help us reset our minds and manifest our desires. By visualizing ourselves living the life we want, we activate the brain in the same way that actually experiencing the event would. Visualization taps into the brain's ability to create new neural connections and programs it to recognize opportunities that align with our goals. When we vividly imagine ourselves achieving our goals, whether it's landing a new job, cultivating a healthy relationship, or improving our health, we not only reinforce our belief in our ability to succeed, but we also begin to attract situations and opportunities that bring those visions to life. Visualization helps bridge the gap between where we are now and where we want to be, aligning our mind, body, and spirit with our desired future. Another essential component of resetting the mind is managing the influence of external factors, such as our environment and the people around us. Our environment plays a significant role in shaping our mindset. If we are constantly surrounded by negativity, criticism, or toxicity, it becomes more difficult to maintain a positive mindset. To reset our lives, we must take inventory of the environments and relationships we engage with. Are they supportive of our goals? Do they uplift us, or do they drain our energy? It may be necessary to make changes in our environment, whether that means distancing ourselves from negative influences, seeking out new social circles, or creating physical spaces that inspire creativity and peace. When we surround ourselves with people who support our growth and environments that nurture our well-being, it becomes easier to maintain a positive and growth-oriented mindset. The media we consume has a profound impact on our mindset. The news, social media, entertainment often reinforce limiting beliefs, fear, and negativity. To reset our lives, we must be mindful of what we allow into our minds. Consuming uplifting, educational, and inspiring content can help counterbalance the negative messages we may encounter. By curating the information we expose ourselves to, we create an environment that supports our transformation and reinforces the mindset we want to cultivate. Cultivating a positive mindset also requires emotional resilience, the ability to manage and navigate through challenges without losing sight of our goals. Life is full of ups and downs, and we will inevitably face setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles. However, a resilient mindset helps us view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable barriers. When we encounter difficulties, instead of succumbing to frustration or defeat, we can choose to learn from the experience and adapt. But this resilience strengthens our mindset, making us more adaptable and capable of handling whatever comes our way. But the final aspect of resetting the mind is the importance of patience and self-compassion. Mindset transformation is a journey, and it's important to remember that change takes time. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the old patterns resurface, but these are part of the process. By practicing self-compassion, we allow ourselves to be human, acknowledging that we are not perfect, but we are constantly evolving. When we are kind and patient with ourselves, we reduce the pressure that can hinder our progress, allowing us to move forward with confidence and clarity. Resetting your life begins with a shift in mindset. By recognizing the power of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can intentionally reprogram our minds to align with our highest potential. Through practices like mindfulness, affirmations, visualization, and emotional resilience, we can create new neural pathways that support our growth and transformation. By managing our environment and the influences around us, we further strengthen our mindset, making it easier to stay on track with our goals. Resetting your mind is not an overnight process, but with patience, consistency, and self-compassion, you can transform your life and create the future you desire. In conclusion, resetting your life is a powerful, transformative process that begins with a deep awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By recognizing the limiting patterns that have been ingrained in your mind and consciously choosing to reprogram them, you unlock the ability to create new, empowering beliefs and habits. This journey of self-transformation involves understanding the power of your mind, embracing emotional healing, and taking deliberate actions that align with your true potential. It requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to growth. The process is not without challenges, but with every step forward, you move closer to the person you are meant to be. By resetting your life from within, you can create a reality that is more aligned with your desires, your purpose, and your highest self. The key is to recognize that the power to change lies within you, and by transforming your inner world, you begin to shape the life you truly deserve.